Hey guys, MCU Collector with another video. I just got in the mail today Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Mantis Build-A-Figure Wave Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot pack. I actually just got back from seeing the movie again, so pretty nice to come home to this figure. I was extremely impatient and ordered him off of Amazon for $33 shipped, thinking that he would be difficult to find like the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie figure was. But then we find out he's the one packed 2 per case. So unfortunate, but $33 just because I was too impatient to wait. Rocket and Groot with the Mantis Build-A-Figure. You can see a couple of cool things. Alternate head, a couple weapons. You have Kid Groot in the Ravager outfit, pretty awesome, and then the Mantis torso. So take a look at the package. You see the Guardians logo on the side. You actually have a picture of Groot on one side and Rocket on the other side. Here on the back, you could take a look, closer look at the 2 figures that it comes with, and then you can see all the figures in the wave to build Mantis. So brief bio on the back, a genetically engineered raccoon and a regenerating tree-like humanoid, Rocket and Groot make for a one-of-a-kind duo. Not sure what kind, but definitely one of a kind. So pretty awesome there. For those interested, there is the UPC. But let's take a look at the figure. Pretty awesome. Very exciting. Very excited to have this figure. You can take a quick look. The one head sculpt, and you have the alternate head sculpt. So just a quick glance, and it looks pretty good. Now this is a very, very small figure. He's actually shorter than the first movie figure, but I didn't get that out of my collection to take a look, but just know that this one is fully articulated, whereas that other figure, basically the head moved and I think the tail did, but then you also needed the tail to kind of get him, help him stand up, and I'm sure that's going to be the case here. But there it is, Rocket Raccoon. Here's the face sculpt with the open mouth. So there's, he kind of turns his head a little bit, and that's kind of what it looks. It doesn't actually go up. That's just kind of how it sits, but you have the shoulder joint there, which I don't want to put too much pressure on it since I just got it, but it should kind of go up. But there's full rotation. He has a single jointed elbow, but his hand kind of popped off there and kind of went down to the floor, so I'm gonna have to get that here in a minute. But his hands do turn, so wrist swivel. He has kind of the trigger hand, so be careful because the hands, I guess, can come off pretty easy. He has a torso rotation there. Upper thigh cut does the splits that much. Single jointed knee, which does rotate, and then his feet kind of rotate, but man, these things come off very, very easily, so be careful with that, guys. But it is a very cool looking figure. Rocket was great in the movie, so really happy to have this figure, and his tail does actually go up and down and can kind of twirl around there. So good looking figure. You have Rocket, and for size comparison, you can see that he's just at the thigh of any other standard Marvel Legend. So definitely a little guy, but with the help of his tail, it definitely stands up pretty nicely. Take a look at Groot, and you can see he's basically just like the one that comes in the Groot Evolution Toys R Us exclusive pack, but he is in the Ravager outfit in this one. They kind of went with a pretty dark wash over him, but if you see the movie, I guess that would make sense for what happens to him at this particular time when he's wearing this outfit. But nice little paint apps there. You have a the Ravager logo there, painted zipper. So nice little touch. Looks like a lot of the red kind of got onto his hand there. So not the greatest, but not terrible. It's a nice little addition to have. Let's see if he stands. Thinking he's going to have a hard time trying to stand up. Yeah, so he won't really stand on his own, but still a nice looking figure. Take a look at the Rocket's alternate head, which has the closed mouth. It does feel very rubbery, but it's not bad. You can see up close in the bright light, kind of you could see a little bit better as far as the heads, the eyes are painted decently. No articulation with the mouth. It looks like it could. I do not recommend it because it felt like I was going to be kind of pulling it. But to swap the head, you just pop off. It's right on the ball joint there. No hinge to the ball joint, so you don't get the up and down motion, but you can just turn the head side to side and you just kind of pop it on there, and there you have it. I'm actually a fan of the head, the screaming open mouth head that actually comes in package. I prefer that head. So, not bad. Take a look at the accessories. It comes with a couple of blasters or guns, pistols. They have a nice wash effect to them. So they have that dark gunmetal look to them. Is the only paint, so that silver with the black wash in there. I think that should come out looking pretty good. And I believe these are actually based on the design from the movie, if I'm correct. Having just seen the movie, now I could be wrong. I'm trying to see. You know, it does fit in his hand like so. So he can hold the blaster right there, trigger finger hand. So that looks good. Let me see if I can find his other hand. So get the other gun in there. Haha, so careful. Little tiny things can be very hard to find. You can see that the peg on him is actually a little bent, unfortunately, on mine. So I don't know if that's going to be an issue with everyone, but careful with that. I'll just fit the pistol in this hand like so. Again, trigger finger, so fits in there pretty nicely. He does look like he's going to be shooting it. So you can kind of get Groot hopefully on his shoulder there and kind of recreate the scene from the movie, which a little bit more difficult. Those of you guys that have a little bit more patience, let's call it, for posing, or a little bit more experience in posing, because again, I don't pose my figures. I keep them vanilla posed in my display cabinet. But there he is, going around. Rocket and Groot. So, don't know when this wave is going to be hitting. I know e-tailers just started their pre-orders. Big Bad Toy Store and Dorkside, I think, are saying it's a May release. Entertainment Earth is saying it's a July release. I tend to think that it'd be later on. I'm not sure where these ones even kind of came from, other than Amazon. You know, it was a third-party seller. It was not Amazon direct, so it was part of the marketplace. But here we have the Mantis Build-A-Figure piece. So it looks like there's kind of some scuffed paint there on the neck, which is a little unfortunate, but you can see it's a very nice green in the torso and in the outfit. You can see this is all one piece, this kind of skirt piece there. Nice little details in it. It looks like it's missing a couple paint spots on the back, so that's a little unfortunate, but it looks like it's going to be the pretty standard articulation for the female figures when it comes in. So can't wait to build this. As you know, with my YouTube name, MCU Collector, the MCU figures, the movie figures, are really what got me starting to collect Marvel Legends. So anytime there's a movie figure, I'm always very happy to get it. With Mantis being the Build-A-Figure, yes, many people are going to be disappointed in the size of it. However, I don't focus necessarily on the size. I focus on characters, and the fact that I'm getting a new movie character, Mantis, is great. I don't know what other figure they could have chosen for a Build-A-Figure. I'm sure comics-wise there's all kinds of things, but I do think movie figures are an important aspect of the Marvel Legends line. And it does get a lot of people into collecting them. It does get a lot of kids buying those figures to keep the line going and support the Marvel Legends line. So I'm happy to get any movie figure, and I can't wait to finish building Mantis. But that's everything. So Rocket and Groot, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Wave 2, Mantis Build-A-Figure. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and leave a comment. Thanks.